I'm going to have to quickly change this because I didn't know what colour they were going to wear. Let me just sort that out. That out, and I'll just put them at full yellow. There we go. Me. I'm gonna copy the link, just put that on my thing. Link. Right. Just gonna do that quickly. Perfect. Okay. Sort that out. We're gonna see kickoff soon now, so be ready for that. It's a shame that we could have been here, but we just weren't. Oh well. Anyways, Inter Milan playing 3-5-2. Gotta try and dominate that midfield, definitely. They've got Dumfries. Well, this is. I actually reckon this will be one of the good Champions League finals. And I say that because these are two very, very good sides. This is really about who turns up on the day and who finds the back of the net. Now it's interesting because Inter Milan are very defensive. They're very good defensively. PSG, very good attacking though. I'm really curious to see who gets the better of what here. I'm gonna get my timer ready. Match time. Alright, I'm just gonna wait for this to kick off. Any second now. Okay. I think I got that about right. I'm gonna check this. 10. Yep, I got that about right. We're good. Okay, so but with this, it's a shame really that we couldn't bring ourselves to get here to the Champions League final. But still, we just have to look at ourselves. It's our own fault, really. Now, I expect in this game, my prediction, roughly, would be that PSG will generally see more of the ball. I'm not saying how much because it's hard to really predict with Inter Milan. But they do, what's it, PSG? I think they'll control the ball a bit more. But if Inter Milan do score, I reckon it will be by a very strong counter attack. They do quite well in that. But the team that I think will be building up the pressure the most will be PSG. And you can't look at either side. You can't look at either side and say none of them deserve to be here. Both of them deserve it. They're the two teams most deserving. And generally, this could go either way here. That's why this is so interesting. But anyways, we've got PSG on the ball right now. Right now, they're just kind of passing around in the midfield kind of area. They've gone back all the way, not quite all the way to their goalkeeper. It's going to be quite difficult to break down that midfield though. They have 5 players in the midfield, so they're going to struggle with that, I reckon. Oh, but that's a good ball. Didn't quite get that there though. Inter Milan's on the ball again. Oh, that was not a good pass from Inter Milan. This could be a dangerous looking attack here. Crossed in. And they've given away a foul, PSG. He stood down holding his mouth. Was he smacked in the mouth? Ouch. This would definitely be a massive, massive event in history, though. Either side that wins will be making some degree of history. If PSG win it, I believe this is the first ever time that they've won a Champions League trophy. And if Inter Milan win it, then they recover from their loss against Man City when they were last in the Champions League final. Wasn't too long ago, by the way. Not great from the keeper. They've just given away a free kick. That's something that I've complained massively whenever David Raya does it. I just hate it when that happens. But regardless, this Man City, why did I say that? This PSG team is much, much, much stronger than the team that we at Arsenal played in the group stages, or in the table stage, should I say? And that's why I think they could be caught. They could be caught Inter Milan, but Inter Milan have got the ball. They're trying. They've trying down for a foul. They got the foul, but Inter Milan can get caught against PSG. But however, at the same time, the more pressure that PSG builds up, the more likely I think that Inter Milan will find a way to counter-attack. Oh, that's a very good ball. Inter Milan's still got the ball right now. Struggling to get through, but that's a very good ball. Down the middle centre. Oh, not quite. Tried to get it down to the left wing. Didn't quite make it. PSG's got the ball back again. And both teams are putting on a bit of intensity here. Pass back to the goalkeeper. Gonna let that one go out for a throwing. Yeah, this was looking like a very good attack, but Inter stopped it. Inter's won a throwing as a result. Not bad at all though from Inter Milan so far. Defensively, they've been quite solid so far. I know it's only been 5 minutes, but still, you can see why people highly rate their defense. PSG, they're going to try everything to break that down now. As things stand, Inter Milan has the ball. I stand corrected. PSG now have the ball. PSG now on the ball. Trying to get past that midfield. They need some good passing for that, though. They're going to take him on. Passes a bit further into midfield. Passes out wide. Over to the right-hand side. He somehow gets it. Oh, that looked like a foul to me. I mean, that was a very delayed reaction from the lino there. You can't be that slow. What's happening here is he's complaining a bit, Inter Milan. Well, let's look at this again. He literally shoves him to the floor. That couldn't have been a more blatant foul. The fact that the lino even considered it. Mad. Anyways, PSG have won a free kick just outside the penalty box. Ball in. Oh, fuck. That could have been a good one. PSG still have it now on the left-hand side. It's knocked back in. And they've still got it back on the right-hand side. Another cross in. And I think that's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick it is, yeah. It's a good 3 or 4 crosses in. And PSG, that just shows PSG, though. They're always present on the attack. But they've got to be careful to not get caught out. Oh. They're chasing it right now. They're chasing it all over the place. And they've intercepted it, PSG. PSG need to be quick here, though. Don't want to let everyone get back. And he's going to have to pass wide. Going to pass wide. He's passed wide to the right. Here we go. We could be looking at... No, he's not looking at a cross. Back into the midfield. Looking for his options. He's gone to the left-hand side. Gone back into the middle. Looking for options, trying to pull Inter Milan out right now. Still struggling to do that, though. Inter Milan's form is not breaking. There's some good skills over there. What is it? What is he gonna do? He's gonna have to pass. He passes. Any second now. A long ball all the way over to the right hand side. Very good ball. Smart ball in and cleared. Could have been a corner. But PSG get the ball back almost immediately. Could have been a foul there, but PSG still have the ball. And they're looking in another good attack over here. If they can get this right. Still on the ball. Can't quite get in yet. There's no one in the box. Someone's ran into the box, but not a good position. Here we go. This is a decent looking attack. Oh, shot! Saved by goalkeeper. Shot from out wide. Saved by goalkeeper. That's all she wrote. Into Milan with the ball. Sends it long. He's got the ball. This could be a very dangerous one here. It's not a great pass, but he still gets the ball. That's a very good ball over to the right-hand side. Ball in. Knocked out. PSG got control. PSG's done well there. That sudden attack, it was a... What was it? If he got past him, just that one defender, it could have well been just him and the goalkeeper. That's how quick Inter Milan are. And Inter Milan's got the ball back again. Here we go. Let's have a look. Right now, Inter Milan on the ball. Pass back to the goalkeeper. Okay, I don't know what he was going for there, but it's gone away back to the PSG goalkeeper. PSG back on the ball. That's a very good ball to the right-hand side. It's going to take on. He took on. Shot on target, but again, straight to the goalkeeper. So far, PSG would have had the shots on target. I think they've had 2 shots on target. Neither of them really threatened the goalkeeper, though. We've got Inter Milan here. We've got... Never mind, PSG's intercepted. Where's this gone? So as I'm saying so far, I do reckon PSG will control the ball a bit more. But... Oh, hello. What's this? Attack on the left-hand side. Oh, that's a very good ball. Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal, PSG! There's just no one defending him. I want to see this again. Oh, good lord. I want to see this again. Who scored it? Was it Kimi? Well, regardless, all I know, PSG's 1-0 up against Inter Milan. And I want to see this again because it looked like they just fell asleep. Yeah, the defenders, that's a very good run, to be fair. Hakimi is the one who gets in the end of the ball. But that pass, so unselfish. So unselfish. Brilliant. Was it Dembele? It was Dembele, yeah. Brilliant play from PSG to just put your team 1-0 ahead. In a Champions League final, being 1-0 up, that's mentality. PSG right now don't just have the goal advantage, they have the mentality advantage, and that is big. Inter Milan start the game again. They're on the ball. That's why they... Oh, Inter Milan could find a way past. Nope. Have they been given a foul? I think they have. This definitely forces a bit of a change in the game, though, because now this forces Inter Milan to come out of their defensiveness. They can't afford to be defensive now. They've got to be. They've got to be there. They've got to be active. They've got to be attacking. And it looks like they're trying to do that right now. Well, regardless, PSG 1, Inter Milan 0. Relatively early goal, but I don't think PSG would complain at all. Here's our goal scorer, Hakimi. Dembele tries to do a skill, comes over to nothing, gives it to Inter Milan. That's an interesting decision. Looks like it came off of the Inter Milan player. Or is he given a foul? Oh, he's given a foul. Let me know what you think right now. Do you think Inter Milan are going to come back? Do you think they're going to lose this ultimately? Inter Milan on the ball again. Got to be very careful because stuff like that happens. PSG right now trying to contain Inter Milan. Already a goal ahead, forcing Inter Milan out of their comfort zone. And now Inter Milan's forced to act. PSG doing everything in their power to prevent that. This could be historic. This could be absolutely historic, actually. Seeing PSG win their first ever Champions League. This could be history. It's gone back to the goalkeeper, PSG goalkeeper. Yeah, it's like I said, 63% possession from PSG. I did assume that was going to happen. Inter Milan still on the ball. They're going to look for it now. Here you go, Inter Milan passing around. Winning quite a few throw-ins now. That's just a matter of forcing PSG to defend. Although, to be fair though, PSG are defending quite high up. Right, goalkeeper. Nearly lost the ball then. He's Inter. It's gone out for an Inter throwing. Might actually go the other way now. Inter Milan might actually dominate possession if this keeps up. Decent bit of footwork, and Inter Milan's won a foul just in the attacking half. There we go. That's a very good ball from Inter, but they've lost it right at the last minute. Never mind, they've won it back. Oh, this could be dangerous. He's pushed him down. That could be a foul. I would have given that a foul. Ref says play on. I'm not sure about that, ref. That looked like a foul to me. Inter Milan have to restart now at the goal. Oh, goalkeeper nearly lost it. That goalkeeper was really calm under pressure, actually. But nevertheless, PSG back on the ball again, attacking from the left wing, taking a shot. Well, wide. Well, wide. Just too high. You can see already in the Inter Milan fans, you can see the absolute despair in their eyes right now. PSG, on the other hand, they can't stop chanting. You know, the PSG player's gone down. Looks like a bang on the head. Ooh. Ooh, it looks like he kind of hit his elbow, like, right here. Let's see this little goal again. Like, there's just no one on that guy. There's no one on Hakimi at all. Hakimi finds all the space in the world. You fancy anyone scoring that from that kind of distance. Alright, well, starting the game again. Tried to do a little cheeky flick, but PSG got the ball back again. It's all about the control of the ball right now. PSG struggling to control the ball. Inter Milan currently controlling the ball and putting pressure on PSG, hoping to get that equaliser. Looks like they're going to just do a straight throw in. Oh, this could be dangerous. He looks nervous. Alright, he takes the throw in. All the way into the box. Ooh. Inter Milan tried to win a corner then, but PSG got to it. They're now having a quick counter. Down left-hand wing by Dembele. Oh, he's found all the space in the world. Oh, second goal! Who scored that? Oh, wow! PSG 2-0 up. Oh, wow. And it's the same person who gave that assist as well. You can't say he doesn't deserve a goal like that. PSG finding space absolutely everywhere. Unbelievable. Wow. I think that's in as well. They're checking right now to see if it went out for a corner. But this counter-attack was absolutely magnificent. This is the kind of stuff I wish that we did. It's a brilliant ball, a brilliant run, it's a brilliant shot. Might have even taken a deflection, but I don't care. That's a brilliant counter-attack. Counter-attacks like that get you goals. Shame that we can't do them. I think it did take a deflection, actually. Oh, PSG don't care. PSG are now 2-0 up. They've got full control of the game so far. PSG have two options now. They can either sit back. You can see the flares in the background now, the red flares. But PSG can either sit back now, or they can just go for it, try and get that third goal. I would try and get that third goal. When you get that third goal, you have security on you. You feel so much more secure. And clearly, oh, that could have ended horribly. Oh, they say play on. Inter Milan on the ball. And they've just won a corner. 2-0 down. Then again, the game could change if they just score here. What are they thinking? Well, they've got two players going on the thing. Here you go. Ball in. Oh! Headed over. They're unbelievable, though. Wow. If I was PSG, I would go for the third goal. Honestly. I would go for the third goal. You've proven that you can score. You found out how to score. You've done it twice. If you get that third goal, you have got the security of the score. PSG now on the ball. Finding all the space in the world, but it's not a great ball. It's gone back into the feet of Inter Milan. But wow. Seriously, wow. It's good control by PSG. PSG still on the ball. Allowing themselves now to just have a bit more control over the ball. It'll look good for the numbers. Still, PSG being 2-0 up now. Mbappe's absolutely fuming. It's good defending from Inter Milan, good tackle. Gone out for a throwing, but Paris Saint-Germain just very, very comfortable. PSG still having control of the ball as well. Here's Hakimi, one of the goal scorers. Here's the other goal scorer. Enjoying that right-hand side, but not quite getting through yet. Hello, we've got no support there. He found support. So much control over the ball as well. So Hakimi, he's a right back, isn't he? What's he doing in the centre forward position? Bit of a panic there from the goalkeeper, but still got the ball. PSG got the ball back. One player that has a bit of space, but he can't do anything. Space closes quickly. Alright, long ball down the left. Doesn't look like they're going to try and complete their attack on the left, though. Yeah, they're going backwards now, but back all the way into their own half. Here's Dembele. Here's Hakimi. Back to Dembele. Passing around in the midfield quite a bit, but I'm surprised they can even have this much control in the midfield, considering 5 players, was it 5 Inter Milan players are in the midfield. Alright, they've gone down the right. Here's Hakimi. Taking another shot. Comfortable hands of the goalkeeper. It'd be interesting if Inter Milan did get the third goal. If they got a goal now, it would make the game so much more interesting. I'd be all here for it. Here's Inter Milan. Decent looking attack here, but ultimately boils down to being slow. Oh, I take that back. That's a very good ball. Down the right-hand side. Tried to do a bicycle kick, but couldn't move. And it's cleared away. Is Inter Milan again. Looks like Inter Milan might enjoy a bit more of the ball on the condition they don't lose it here. But with Inter, they're not in their element right now. There you go. PSG's got the ball back again. They've lost it again. You can't fault anyone really in PSG. So far, they've been the better team. The goal line clearly shows that. Could have been a good ball there from Inter, but very safe for the goalkeeper. Oh, but Inter Milan get the ball back here again. That looks offside to me. Yeah, flag up, offside. Yeah, he's well off. With PSG controlling the game right now, you have to wonder what will Inter Milan respond with, because they've got to respond now aggressively. They've been trying to do that. Been trying to hold the ball a bit more. PSG. It's all about control now for PSG, really. It's a battle of control, and right now PSG are winning that battle. He's being told to hurry up, the goalkeeper. He's got to kick the ball now. Here you go, Inter Milan. Dangerous looking attack. That's a very good ball down the right hand side. That final product just isn't coming through though. It's that last little pass that Inter Milan are struggling with. PSG have shown the exact opposite problems. Attempted good ball from Inter Milan, but it's gone out for a throwing. PSG, this could be a good attack here. This could be a very good attack here. It's 3-on-4. Very good ball down to the left hand. And it's gone out for a corner. Corner. PSG done brilliantly in this first half an hour. They've been unbelievable. Anyhow, they get the third goal. That's it. Game over. Here we go. Ball in. They might call for a foul. No, they haven't. Ball back in again. Calling for a corner. No, goal kick. Inter. Inter loses the ball. PSG. Pass back to their goalkeeper. is PSG. Controlling the ball again. It's all about control, but they're trying to get themselves in good positions. Izakimi. They just pass back again. Still controlling the ball, but here's Inter Milan, who might have won it back. No. PSG have continued getting it, and now they've pulled Inter Milan out into a dangerous position, and they've passed back. They need to get quickly to that right-hand side. Here's Dembele, who's in that right-hand side. Alright, I think the chance is gone, but... Oh, never mind. Dembele's gone in, and he's won them a corner. Wow. PSG winning corners is a smart move, but only if they're defensive enough as well to avoid risking a dangerous counter-attack. Alright, looks like they're going in for a long corner here, and they're taking the time with it as well. Here we go, ball in. And they've got a goal kick. Inter Milan controlled the ball. They've managed to keep it in. Still controlling quite well. And this looks like a very dangerous attack here. Could be behind defenders. It's very good defending though. Last man defending. Haven't slept very well. Okay, let's look at this. 92% pass accuracy to Inter Milan's 81. And PSG have kept the ball in. Could be back on the attack again. Nope, they're just choosing control. I actually kind of want Inter Milan to score, just because that makes the game much more interesting. Even if Inter Milan don't win it, I'd still much rather they scored. Oh, that's a decent ball, but in the end, safe in the hands of the goalkeeper. Inter Milan would control the ball. They've had to slow down. Defenders got back. So every time I expect it to be a ball in, but that's a very good ball. Oh! Nearly. Again, last man defending. It was practically a tap-in at that point. But Inter Milan's got themselves a corner. Corner taken. Oh! Ah, you've got to put that in. You've got to put that in. just wide. Other player's gone down, they're just treating him. That half-time whistle cannot come soon enough for PSG. Is that the Inter Milan fans? Inter Milan fans, to be fair, making their voices heard. PSG on control. Just wanting to put it out, not wanting to lose it in a stupid position. Fair play. Good defending by PSG, making sure that the goalkeeper gets it before anyone else. Yeah. Not a great place to lose control. Inter Milan, just tried to be cheeky, just flick it. I should have just controlled it, even if there's two defenders on him. Would have had a better chance of being in the back of the net then. But again, PSG's lost the ball stupidly now. There you go. Dangerous looking attack from the right hand side for Inter. Inter still got the ball. They're going to let that go out. No, they're not. Ball in. Ah. And this could be a counter attack. No. PSG control the ball despite slide tackling. Very strong pass to the left wing. He's going to run down the side. Is he going to... Is Dembele? Sumiki? Gimi? Why can't I speak? And PSG controlling really well. They're actually struggling more now to break down that last final third defence. Is Hakimi. I'm not even going to try and pronounce number 7's name, because again, I can never do that. But they're looking now for opportunities, PSG. I've noticed with Inter Milan, they do tend to favour the right-hand side more than any. That's not a great ball. The attack's fizzled out now completely. Again, just goalkeeper had to hurry, kick the ball out, and now it's back in PSG's hands. This is really working into PSG's favour right now. As long as they don't let in a stupid goal, PSG are looking by far the more comfortable of the two sides, and not just by the scoreline. PSG throwing. And PSG will just take their time with this. Been probably one of the longest halves of PSG's life. Is Hakimi. This is good though from PSG. They can bring that ball like left to right. Their players are changing positions all the time. This must be so confusing for Inter Milan. Even though Inter Milan's done well not to concede more. That's a very good ball down the left. Very good ball down the left. Oh, this could be good. Oh, Belly nearly scored. Oh, if it just gets that past the goalkeeper, that's 3-0 at half time. PSG still looking for that third goal. Credit to them for that. Wow. But PSG still got the ball. Inter Milan can only just clear it. Hakimi. And Bele. Long ball to Hakimi, but got defended. Oh, that's very good, though, to win a ball like that from Hakimi. Very unlucky that that went out, though. We're about to get soon how much added time is going to be there. Let me get that ready. Yeah, we have how long? 2 minutes. Put that up. 2 minutes. Paris Saint-Germain intercepted. Could they get 3-0 up just before half-time? Right on the deadline? This is a very good attack. Oh, he's just gotten greedy. He's just gotten greedy. He chose it himself. Hi, seems Paris are going to win this. As a Liverpool fan, I have to mention they won UCL before Arsenal. Yeah, they did. That's just reality. Look, I can be an Arsenal fan, and I am, but I'm being honest. They won the league before us, the Champions League before us, and it's because they've got the better players. They've got the better squad. And looking at them here, the way that they're playing, they look so much more dangerous in comparison to us this season. Would you take a Premier League title away, example 2004, for UEFA Conference League? No. Absolutely not. UEFA Conference League? That's laughable. I would never sacrifice the top tier league in all of England for a third tier European trophy. If we were talking Champions League, it would depend on which one exactly. I would be willing to sacrifice any Champions League. Sorry, I'll be willing to sacrifice any Premier League title except the 2003-2004 one. Because obviously that's Invincibles, that's history. Tottenham versus Paris, you will be hoping PSG win this. I do. Oh, Christ, they scored again. Look, I said this before. PSG, I really like PSG as a club. Europa League then. No, not even Europa League. But yeah, PSG as a team, I really like them. I've always favoured them to get further. After seeing them against us in the knockouts, they just look by far the better team. But I wouldn't. No, if you're asking if I would sacrifice a Premier League title for a Europa League, then the answer is still no. I'd still much rather have a Premier League title than a Europa League title. And that will be it for half time. Let me sort this out. Well, you cannot say that PSG do not deserve to be 2-0 ahead. Inter do play good football as well, but today Paris title. Paris, absolutely. I mean, with Inter Milan, I do like Inter Milan as a team, as I've said. But Paris, the reason they're ahead is because Inter Milan's been good everywhere, but Paris Saint-Germain, they've had by far the better attack. Now, don't get me wrong, Paris Saint-Germain's defence have helped them out a lot as well. They have some very strong defenders in there. But Inter Milan, I've noticed it with Inter Milan, is that they don't like that left-hand side as much as the right. But PSG, they can change up all the time. Were you on Arsenal TV saying Algeria is coming? That was funny back in 2017 time. That guy was certain he was coming to Arsenal. Did you hear Inter manager is going to Saudi League? No, I didn't actually. Is he? Hang on. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I wonder who they're going to bring in then into Milan. Have they been linked to anyone? Do I remember Arsenal and TV video? Not really. Should I remember it? Maybe it. I mean, Inter manager to Saudi League rumor might have affected them. Possibly. That is a very big possibility, to be fair. I would have thought, though, if it affected them, it might have affected them positively as well, though. With these kind of rumors, you want to leave your manager with a trophy. So it could have affected them either way, really. Evidently, if it did affect them, today it affected them negatively. But wow. Inter can bring in anyone. Maybe as manager will be someone Italian, most likely. Probably. I'll have to keep an eye out then, see to see who's available for them. Let me turn this down, it's getting loud. But yeah, no, Inter, they can definitely go out there. But it really depends on who's out there. But yeah, you're right, they will probably go for someone Italian. Do you reckon that we could see Inter Milan get a goal in the second half and possibly put the game back on? Tottenham fans want Inter manager to replace Ange. Inter play good football as they showed in UCL this season. Thing is though, Inter's manager, he's got a good team in front of him. At Tottenham, it's not going to be the same. I'll say this though, if I was a Tottenham fan, I'd definitely be very kind of half and half. You look at this way. On one hand, Tottenham have won a trophy, the first trophy in 17 years. But on the other hand, was it Ange Postecoglou? He's finished 17th in the league. That's the worst that any Tottenham manager's finished. And you do also consider that Ange Postecoglou, yes, he won a trophy, but this was a very, very much an easier trophy to win than it was last season. There's no teams dropping down. There's no teams you have to beat. There's no Atletico you have to beat. There's no Barcelona, no nothing. Inter do need a goal. Marcus from France can score a goal. Ange speaks well. He said, say season 3 quote, which shows there will be a next season. There will be a next season under him, definitely. And here's the thing with Tottenham, their owner, Daniel Levy, he doesn't care about the club whatsoever. He only cares about the money and bringing money in for himself. Ange took a risk because he went for a trophy, then a league place. True. But still, finishing 17th is never good. You look at the money that you earn from finishing where Tottenham normally finish in comparison to where he finished. That is effectively financial suicide. Granted, he's going to get a lot of money for getting into the Champions League. That's a lot of money to make just by getting into it. But still, when you end that low, that's not good for a club. But seriously, no. But so you can look at this either way. If Tottenham continue to end down there, it will financially ruin them. UCL with a new stadium, Tottenham business side will be okay. Look, again, financially, it's a big hit, finishing 17th. So yes, they've got a new stadium. They're bringing in money through tickets and merchandise and all that. But still, it's not just about it's not just about the money that you get from your positioning. It's also the players themselves. If you finish too low too many times, players will leave. And Song, he'd probably say something like, "Oh, I've already won a trophy at Tottenham. Now I want to leave." Would you sign players from Bayern? Not Xhaka, because Bayern will never sell even a few under a new manager, Loki. I don't know. What are their attacking options? I'm assuming you mean Bayern Leverkusen. What is Bayern Leverkusen's attacking room? Bayer Leverkusen. Why does that happen? Oh god. Because right now, what I really want to look at is their forwards, is their attackers. Maybe Victor Boniface, really. You almost feel if Granit Xhaka was older, he would be a good fit for Bayern Leverkusen manager job. We would all like to see him as manager someday. I can just imagine the fights that he'd get in, if I'm honest. Imagine the fights a manager Granit Xhaka would get into. He would murder someone. But yeah, no, but with maybe Boniface, maybe Boniface, is that how you pronounce it? But yeah, I would want someone like that. But we've got to be very careful right now with our transfer business. We're already looking at Sesko, Gyökeres. It's looking like Sesko. I wouldn't mind Sesko, if I'm being honest. And I say that because if we did get Sesko, that is Mikel Arteta's decision, meaning that whatever happens, we can look at Arteta. So if something good happens, we can thank Arteta. But if it turns out to be a waste of money, no. Head of Patrick, you have a point actually. But again, I'm just thinking about our current transfer business. I'm mostly thinking about Sesko Gyökeres. And again, here's an interesting one. From an Arsenal perspective, would you want Gyökeres or would you prefer Sesko? You can look at it in two different ways. From prospect and age, you can look at, from Bayer is tall, can score a goal too. You could, but still, would he fit into our system? Hmm. Just waiting for the second half to start now because I really want to see if Inter Milan can get a goal and get back in the game, or if PSG will get the first goal. It's a bit dark, isn't it? But no, the team's just wow. How old is Pulisic now? I can see Pulisic being a number 9 type. You need Loki. Let me have a look because I'm not sure. He might be old actually. Let's have a look. He is 29 years old. So by the time he'd join us then, he'd probably be 30. I don't know, when was he born? He was born the 24th of January. 24th of January, sorry. We can still go extra time and penalties. Paris started well. We can. But that is the last thing that Paris Saint-Germain want. Give me a second, I'm going to turn on the light. Here we go. Goal versus Scotland, very good. But I can kind of see where you're coming from, because a lot of fans would argue we need a now man. We need someone who will transform this game now. But that's the thing though, with someone of that age, how long can we realistically keep them for? So I can kind of see both sides of the argument here. I try my best to keep a nuanced perspective, even if I personally have favourites. I do believe though, Arteta, he has got to be so careful now. If he gets his man, if he gets Sesko, then anything that happens from there on is all him. And if that doesn't work out, if Sesko doesn't work out on season 1, then Arteta's going to get in big trouble. Not just by the fans. He's going to get in big trouble by the board, Andrea Berta. He's going to get in trouble by absolutely everyone. Like he did with Xabi Alonso, Spanish manager with Arteta. This is a good plan B in case of a striker. Maybe, but are there links with us? I haven't seen any links between us. But we've got to just be careful again. And yes, he is tall. Patrick is tall, and so is Sesko. Sesko's like 191 centimeters tall, something like that. So they're tall players, and Arteta absolutely loves tall players. He loves players who have like an aerial threat. Glad you understand why I mentioned him, and no links, my own scouting suggestion. Very interesting suggestion, though. I will give you that. I'm definitely going to have to look a bit more into that, though. Tell you what, after this, I'm going to have to watch a bloody highlight of him now. But yeah, Mikel Arteta, he definitely... Do you want Darwin? Liverpool have him on a transfer list, so he's available. So, look, with Darwin Núñez, tall player, yes. What's his goals like right now, Darwin Núñez? Because I think, doesn't he struggle with scoring goals? Darwin Núñez. He's about 1.87 meters tall. So Sesko is actually taller. I think that's why Arteta would prefer Sesko over Núñez. And things with Núñez, I'm trying to find how many goals he scored, but it's not telling me for some reason. See his Premiership goal versus Scotland. Okay, I'll definitely have to do that. I've just soldered up my mouse. Sorry, my apologies. One moment. There we go. You want Peter Crouch or something? You want a tall striker? That's what Arteta wants. That's what Arteta wants. Arteta would love a Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch, however you meant to pronounce it. He would love that. Here we go. We're about to start the second half. Let me get my timer ready. Any second now, it's going to start. I think I got that timing about right. Yeah, no, Arteta would love a Peter Crouch. I've actually seen Peter Crouch play in person. I remember when I saw it, I didn't even know anything about him at the time. First thing I said was, my god, that is not a human being. Prime Peter Crouch, young teens wouldn't see him play. Nah, I'm sorry, I don't think I saw him play. Like, in his prime anyways. But when I did first see him, the first thing that I said was, nah, he cannot be human, that is something else. PSG on the attack here. Oh, fuck, they're trying to go for the third goal very quickly. Would you take Nkunku from Chelsea? Arsenal and Chelsea buy swap players? He'd be good for numbers, but I don't think I would. Would I want Nkunku? Nkunku is a French midfielder. France have players low-key. Maybe. It depends, though, who we would swap with him, because there's very few players I would swap for an Nkunku. I'm very comfortable with a lot of players that I have. PSG's won back the ball here. No, they haven't. Never mind. Inter Milan on the ball. Wanting quickly to get that first goal. Still somehow got control of the ball. And that is a foul and a half. That's probably going to be a booking. Very reckless challenge, that. Was it? You said you were a Liverpool fan, didn't you? Alright, let's see if I can think of a question. What do you think, actually, is there any player in your attack that you would swap for Anthony Gordon? Could have been a good ball in, but it's just gone over absolutely everyone. That is a goal kick. Here's another question, actually, for a Liverpool fan. You hear a lot of football fans. I see it all the time. Football fans, they try to bring down Liverpool's achievement of winning the Premier League. They're saying things like, oh, they've won a Farmers League season. It's the easiest Premier League season as well. I personally don't agree with this whatsoever. To me, if you've won a league, you won a league. If there are other players that if there are other teams or other clubs that haven't contested you for here, then I'll read that in a moment. If there are other teams that haven't contested, then that's their fault, not yours. The reality is, to me, Liverpool turned up, Arsenal didn't turn up, City didn't turn up, Tottenham didn't turn up, United didn't turn up, no one else but Liverpool turned up. Inter Milan's won a corner from a bit of miscommunication. Zubimendi is here. Thomas Partey is here for next season. Are you surprised? Did you see his situation a few years ago? Gordon, no. Former Everton player. We might sign him because homegrown rule. You wouldn't sign him because he's an Everton player. Fair enough. I wouldn't want a player. Then again, I would actually. I remember the whole Sol Campbell incident. I would want a player from Tottenham. But you wouldn't want a player from Everton. Fair enough. Arsenal need to panic buy and sign a striker in January ASAP. Low-key. They needed an extra body as a striker. We did, and this was our own fault again. We had options. We had a few options to at the very least loan a player in. And we were talking about it all the time on AFTV, on Cozy Arsenal. We were talking about it everywhere. Would you sign Solanke? He is tall, Tottenham player example. I would actually. I actually would. Just because that's how desperate I am to get a striker. This could be a good attack from PSG. Very good attack from PSG. It's fell very beautifully. Oh! He's kicking himself. But, yeah, no. Would I sign Dominic Solanke? I would. Solanke is an example question, similar to Anthony Gordon question. I would, if I'm honest. I would sign Dominic Solanke. But hey, if you don't want Anthony Gordon, I'll take, we'll take him. We could use an Anthony Gordon in our team. Oh, English can score goals when fit. He can. How many goals? He hasn't scored too many goals in this Tottenham team, though, has he? I think he's struggled actually in this. How do you spell Dominic? Sorry. Solanke. He's definitely struggled to score goals. Looking at his goals now, only 9 goals, 3 assists in the Premier League. So he's struggled in Tottenham. Not too surprising though, because a lot of team players struggle in Tottenham. Inter Milan really enjoying the ball right now. But yeah, he struggled in Tottenham, but we've seen what Mikel Arteta can do with players. We've seen what he's done with Kai Havertz and Mikel Mourinho, for example. They're not natural goal scorers. Arsenal should not sign Raheem. He was a bad loan signing. Nkunku on loan, or who next from your friend at Chelsea? I'll tell you this now. I absolutely agree. Raheem Sterling was never a good signing for us. What I think happened was Edu Gaspar, and if you paid attention to that, Edu Gaspar promised us the absolute world. When we were all getting up saying, why aren't we signing this? Why aren't we signing that? Edu Gaspar said to us, oh, you won't be complaining in the end. And I think what happened, thought I would mention loan signing Raheem Sterling this season. But yeah, no, with Raheem Sterling, what I think happened was he was really confident, Edu Gaspar. He was really confident in signing an actual player, but for whatever reason, it didn't fall through. And because we were so late into it, we had to panic loan him. But I do agree with you. For a club like Arsenal, that's never good enough. Raheem is old, you needed a young player. We did, but again, this was just a panic. It was a panic. Hopefully we won't have to go through it again. But, you know, Raheem, not only is he old, but you see the way he is. I've always complained about Raheem. I've never liked him, even when he was in his prime. I thought he was a very greedy player. Whereas Raheem on deadline day, yeah, he was. There was like a rule with transfers, where if you can get the player to agree, you get like an additional few hours to finalise the contract. And that's what we ended up doing. So you can tell just how much of a panic it was. But yes, he was on deadline day. I was watching it as well, and the first thing I thought was, we cannot be serious. But it just hurts, like, from our perspective, because we were promised the world. Edu Gaspar was promising everything, and it feels like he's given us this. So I do feel like Edu Gaspar does have to take the fall here. But at the same time, though, Mikel Arteta, he's got to take a little bit of blame at the same time. There you go. Inter Milan have got a corner. I didn't even realise. Any second now they'll take it. All right. Inter Milan. Ball in. Picked away. Probably going to take a shot. Deflected off. Nkunku is the only loan player, no risk, I would take from Chelsea. He can play when in a good system. He can. Chelsea this season, I don't think have been all that interesting. I'm not saying they don't deserve where they got, but I do think they've been a very up and down kind of team. Cole Palmer this season, I don't think's been all that great. Heard of Hugo from Frankfurt? He scored 20 goals in Bundesliga, so young, French. Don't think he is very tall. Oh, well, that's why we're not signing him then. No, I haven't even heard of him. I don't really pay attention to the Bundesliga, really. Inter Milan in a good position here. Tries to take a shot. Fails. Inter Milan still have the ball. What's happened here? Inter Milan player's been booked for a foul. Scored 20 goals in the Bundesliga. Wow. For Frankfurt as well. Chelsea is strange to me because so many players within the squad. Brother, they're not building a Premier League football squad. They're building an NFL football squad. I genuinely think Todd Bowley has mistaken this for NFL. FA Community Shield. This will be interesting. FA Community Shield between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. I might do a watch along on that as well. If Harry Kane wants this Premier League trophy, imagine him at Arsenal. Tottenham fans would demand to buy him back if buy and sell him. The stats on him. Let me see if I can do that then. You said it was at Frankfurt, correct? Frankfurt. Ikatiki. Is that him there? Let's have a look. In detail, this is loading for quite a while. Google how tall he is. Where do I know him from? Hang on a second. I swear I've seen him before. So he has a French citizenship. He's about, he's nearly as tall as, Thing. Oh, that's the player we should be going for then. Centre forward. 1.9 meters tall. So he's actually quite close to, Sesko as well. Let's have a look. He has scored. In this season, he scored 15 goals in the Bundesliga. 4 goals in Europa. 3 goals in BFK. I'm assuming that's the thing. Wow. He does seem an impressive player, actually. No red cards as well. Wait, is that the player that I was close? You are, to be fair. But hang on. Wait, is he the... Is that who I was talking about in the thing? Wow. But no, looking at him now, he looks like a brilliant player, actually. Another player that I'm definitely going to have to look out. Your scouting knowledge is very valuable. Keep at it. Give me some more players. I'll send them over to Mikel Arteta. Send them over to Mikel Arteta. Personal email. Look at this player. Look at this player. Look at this player. Get him in. But one thing to say, 15 goals in the Bundesliga is no joke. Would you side old Harry Kane or no, because Tottenham player links? He might never join Arsenal. When you say, would I sign Harry Kane, I'm assuming you mean he is available to sign. Like, if I decide yes, he will absolutely join. In that case, I probably would. Because I want to get a trophy. Trophies attract better players. And now that that curse is lifted, I probably would want to sign Harry Kane. If he won a trophy with us, it would really rub it in the faces of Tottenham. Henri, and him are both French. I'd love to have Henri back. Oh my god, I would love to have Henri back. If Henri was in this team, I have no doubt in my mind that we'd win the quad. Absolutely phenomenal player he was. Harry Kane now, yes, and Harry Kane wants the Premier League goal scoring record of all time. Well, look, you can have it at us. You can achieve it at us. But the reality is, Arsenal Football Club, we need trophies desperately. Because if we don't win trophies, we can look at big players of ours leaving. Saka leaving, Saliba leaving, Declan Rice deciding he wants to leave. All these players that we need to keep will be leaving. This is a good attack from PSG here. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, just over the thing. Someone example, if Liverpool wants Harry Kane, pay Bayern Munich reasonable money. Harry Kane is like 50 goals from all-time Premier League record. Well, imagine how gutted Tottenham fans would be, though, if he got that from Arsenal. He would be furious. Will you want Club World Cup or no interest? Free on UK TV, I heard. Will I want Club World Cup? Do you mean will I watch it? I'm going to assume you mean will I watch it. Maybe. I don't really understand how the Club World Cup works. I don't understand how teams get put into it. Tottenham fans will want Kane back if Bayern say time to move on, Harry. He will. And look, they will. But that's just because to them he's a club legend. Yeah, will you watch or correct? What's it? I don't even know when it starts. I haven't been paying attention. But maybe I might watch it if it gives me content. But yeah, probably will watch it. But again, I don't know. Well, Cup 1 month tournament, etc. Yeah, but how do you choose like what teams? Yeah, how do you choose what teams go into the Club World Cup? Because it seems a bit random to me. PSG on the ball, controlling it, just not wanting to lose the ball right now more than anything. But they are. Oh, that's a good little back flick there. Very good attack from PSG. Has he put it in? He's put it in! That's 3-0! Oh my god. 3-0 PSG. That is game over. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at history. Tell you what a season this has been, yeah? Let's break this season down. Liverpool win the Premier League with their manager for the first season he's there. Tottenham win the Europa League, their first trophy in 17 years. We're now looking at PSG winning the Champions League in the first time in their history. What else are we looking at? Crystal Palace, they won the FA Cup, first time in their history. And Newcastle, they've won the Carabao Cup. It's their first trophy in like 50 years, something like that. Mad. UCO or scandal? The question is up to FIFA, bro. They put Man City, Chelsea, Dortmund, Bayern, and one Australian team. Okay, so they kind of just choose then. Okay. I noticed it did feel a bit random. Sure, fans are crying. Wonder what your friend and Arsenal founder Arsene Wenger is thinking. I don't think really thinking about it. I don't know, is he? Kind of. But regardless, look, I'm not really one for crying, unless I think the only time I really cry is when, of course, Arsenal's losing, especially if it's a big game. I have been known to kind of complain about referees, but generally, I try to avoid club controversies, so I don't typically cry towards. I don't typically cry towards what's that other things. We all saw a meme which said we all thought Arsene found Arsenal. Oh, what's it? I saw that as well. I actually had to explain it to a few of my friends. Back in high school, me growing up as I think the only Arsenal fan in there, I was surrounded by a bunch of Palace and Chelsea fans. And I had to explain to them a lot. No, Arsene didn't found Arsenal FC. Probably wasn't even born at that point, I don't think. But no, it was definitely a thing. And I can see the kind of confusion around that. It does sound very similar. Arsenal, I can always see it. I've made that comparison before. I actually thought he missed at first. That's how good the goal was. I thought he missed the goal, as I thought it was like rolling outside the thing. That is funny. Being in Southwest London, I was only Liverpool fan here, only because my dad supports Liverpool. Fair enough. Look, a lot of people say with football, there's only two ways that you can support a club. They're either your local team or someone from your family supports them. In my case, I was an Arsenal fan because my dad's an Arsenal fan. Wenger was a football revolution for the Premier League and English football. He was, absolutely. The thing is, though, with Wenger, is that he did leave a bit of a sour taste in Arsenal when he left. Because the way that he left, he was very stubborn. He stayed for too long, and that ended up costing us in the long run. If he left at the right time, then things could have been different. Arsenal could have been winning more trophies. But I do agree, he absolutely was. He won 3 Premier League titles. He won a Golden Premier League title. That's never been done in the history of ever. I'll read that in a second. Yeah, never been done in history of ever. And 7 FA Cups is wow. He's definitely a wow manager, but again, if he just left a little bit earlier, it would have been so much simpler for Arsenal. To me, every Man United fan are all glory hunters. They won't admit it. You can look at this one or two ways here. When they joined, were they glory hunters? Probably. But at the same time, they've shown a bit of loyalty to Man United, because you can't be a glory hunter and finish 15th, was it? Here's the thing that I say about Man United. They're in financial crisis right now. Arsene Wenger should have left back in 2017 after the cup final, say goodbye with a trophy. He should have. Some would even argue earlier, but I think it's nice that he won that many FA Cups, because at the time, I don't know if anyone's beaten this record yet, but managers at the time, hadn't won more FA Cups than Arsene Wenger. Paris have a club shop in London too. Yeah, I've noticed. I haven't been there, but I saw it. PSG and Paris same league next season. Their stadiums are right next door to each other. Gonna hear each other from the other side then. Was it one team scores and you can already hear the other team celebrating before you see it? Ball in from PSG. That's a very good ball. This could be 4-0. This could be 4-0. Oh, nearly. But PSG still got the ball. Crossed in. This could be a goal. Ah, you've got to do better than that. Yeah, you know what I mean. I think all their fans growing up support them because they won a lot growing up. Probably did. That's the thing. You notice that with Man United fans. A lot of Man United people that I see are actually from London. I never understood that. How can you support a four goals would make this one-sided final? Well, this already does feel like a one-sided final. I thought it would be closer than this. I thought how this was going to work was PSG was going to build up pressure, Inter Milan was going to hold them off, and then look for like little counter-attack opportunities. But I think that opening goal for PSG just turned the game around completely. Inter Milan couldn't rely on their usual defensive tactic. They had to get out and get open, and that's just something they're not comfortable doing. Oh, that's a very good ball from PSG. Just defended from Inter. I can't tell what's what anymore. There's like so many whistles that I'm hearing. I'm hearing whistles from the crowds. I'm hearing whistles from the referee. I don't know which one's which anymore. There's another booking. Yes, London fans of theirs with no connection or no reason. Example, their dad fans. Fans are not so odd. It is, but look, that's how it. But I do kind of agree with what you're saying in a way. They saw the kind of success that Man United was having at the time, and then kind of just hopped on that bandwagon. To their credit, they've been loyal since, but you can't lie. There is more than likely they started supporting Man United because they why do you keep doing things when I'm talking? Chelsea won UCL first time in Munich. Thing is with Chelsea, I've never liked Chelsea. I actually say this now. This will be an interesting take here. As an Arsenal fan, I hate Chelsea more than I hate Tottenham. Paris win Champions League Munich 2. Looks like it. There's a thing that I saw somewhere, and it says every time a pope died, a team that has never won the Champions League has won the Champions League. I think Borussia Dortmund win UCL first time in Munich 2. I'm not sure about that. This is good control from PSG. That's another through ball. This could be 4-0. Possibly offside, but they're not putting the flag up. It's 4-0. 4-0. That is it. It is officially over. This has not been a final. This has been obliteration. Oh my god. Here we go. PSG's going to do it. There's an interesting stat from you too. What is the Pope thing? Well, regardless, PSG 4-0 up. They're 4-0 up. They have absolutely battered Inter Milan. I did not think that this would happen whatsoever. I thought it would be so much closer than this. Is that onside? Trying to look closer at that. Well, regardless, it's a brilliant goal. Yeah, no, apparently that's true. It's definitely interesting to say because it's happening right now. Didn't see it being 4-0. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought Inter Milan, again, I said this before, but I'll say it again. I thought PSG would pile up pressure on Inter Milan. Inter Milan would defend it well, and then they try to get the ball and then sneak a bit of sneak a thing in. Yeah, sneak a counter attack in. Either that, or they would have just kind of played off to penalties. But regardless, PSG, they're so intelligent. They really are. They're so creative, so intelligent. They find the space that I don't even think about. And that's why they're going to be crowned European champions. It's a shame, though, because you think about it, if Arsenal did just a bit better, we could have been in this position. We could have been winning the Champions League final. But we just don't have it in us. Enjoy your break, PSG players. Tottenham in August time for you in Super Cup. PSG's going to obliterate them. I cannot see Tottenham doing anything. Generally, I don't think Tottenham is remotely on the level PSG is. The only reason they won the Europa League is because Man United is shit. Imagine if Tottenham somehow win the Super Cup. I would be surprised if they win it. Europa League winners don't win this normally. No, normally don't. Oh, hello. They shot by Inter Milan, but it's blocked by the goalkeeper. Kicked away. Listen, if Tottenham win the Super Cup, we're never going to hear the end. They will talk more about that than winning the Europa League. It will be non-stop. Oh, not every team can beat PSG. Not every team can beat PSG. Generally, I wouldn't live with it. I wouldn't live with it. To be fair though, with Inter Milan, beating Barcelona is not easy at all. The fact that they managed to do that, that's impressive all on its own. But given how they played against Barcelona, I'm really surprised that it's 4-0. Anyways, Inter Milan's got a corner. Probably just hoping to get one back now. It's punched away. It looks like we're going to get another corner. Inter play good football. Paris was simply better. They were. I'm really surprised though. I knew that either team could have played better than the other. I knew they could. I didn't think it'd be this. It's very comfortable hands by PSG. But no, just unbelievable everything from PSG, and they fully deserve it. They fully deserve it. You'll hear no arguments from me. Oh, they've given the ball away to Inter Milan. Still, it's not really easy to break through this PSG defence now. Adding to Inter manager possibly leaving and losing league last day to Napoli by 1 point, do you think this affected their players to lose the league by a point in Serie A? Not making excuses, only saying Inter end season was bad. Maybe. Look, losing a league by one point, it's never a great feeling. I would know. Well, I mean, last time we lost the league, we lost the league by 2 points. But look, losing the league by 1 point, 2 point, it absolutely affects players. And you can see it in the players. I think they've lost their focus. And after that first goal went in, after that first PSG goal went in, just all the focus was gone. They couldn't concentrate anymore. They had to play in a style that they're not comfortable with, which is very aggressive. And they just... What's this? Because remember when Liverpool lost league on 97 points? I do actually, yeah. And I remember that final as well. It was a 2-0 win, if I'm not mistaken, against Tottenham same season. I was watching that actually, though. That's the thing. I was watching it, and I actually saw the opposite. That's the thing with these kind of situations. Most of the time, they can affect you in a negative light. They kind of affect your confidence. They can affect your focus. In that particular instance, however, because it was on 97 points, which by normal standards would win you a league, if it was on 97 points, I think Liverpool at the time were probably a bit more confident, maybe a little disheartened about not winning the league, but still confident in their abilities to find the back of the net. Tottenham and Liverpool final was a good final because tactics. Arsenal fans were like, get the job done, Liverpool, and they did. I remember we had did we have Europa League final on that day when we lost to Chelsea 4-1? I think that was the same season, and I remember going around on like football AFT previous season as well that time. Oh, that's true. Still though, you might have had a bit more confidence in the final because at the time Tottenham, this is the first time in the final. At least that squad, anyways. But might have been same season. Yes, I think it was the same season. But I remember like going on like all the big content creators at the time, and I think this is kind of where I said, "Oh, I'd love to be an Arsenal content creator." And I saw, I think it was AFTV, and they were singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" because Liverpool beat Tottenham and won the Champions League. Tottenham under Poch was very good, yet won nothing. They had very good energetic players. I can actually see a bit of symmetry between us and Pochettino's team. Yeah, you can see the similarity. We're a good team, but ultimately not getting there. Could this be 5-0? Oh, this is 5-0 right here. Oh my good God. How is that not 5-0? That, oh wow. Nice of you to do this watch along. This is Paris's night. It is, and look, I typically do these watch alongs, like for important games, for like FA Cup finals. I didn't do Carabao Cup final this season. I did do FA Cup final and Europa League final. I had to delete those though, force it because I didn't want to risk any problems with copyright. But look, I deleted those videos just to keep on the safe side because I don't want to lose the channel now that I'm getting even if it's the smallest bit of attention. But 55 subscribers, I never expected that. And now that I have that, I don't want to lose it. I think Arsenal need a striker and a right wing. Hwang from Wolves is Premier League suggestion because South Korean tourist money. South Korean tourist money would definitely be brilliant. I think we need a left wing more than we need a right wing, however. I don't know though. Do we really need a right wing when we have Ethan Wanyeri who can play both midfield and a backup right wing? I think we need a starting left winger more than anyone else. Oh, the time has gone down on the screen. I'm so glad that I've got it up here then. You need a Twitter or Insta because I can end you there. I do, yeah, really. I might add like a professional kind of Twitter or Insta page. Maybe if I start getting a bit of attention. The ultimate goal for this channel right now is monetization. And it's a long, long way away. Hello? Oh! Could have been 5-0 there as well. For the channel, etc. Yeah, as I say, look. The ultimate goal for this channel is just monetization. That will change my life permanently. And if I get monetized, I dedicate my entire self to the channel. Because I've kind of got mixed dedications right now. But that is the ultimate goal. I'd absolutely love to be there, and it's a long way to go. Even if I do get there, it's a long way to go. But bearing in mind, this channel, if you look at the thing, it says made in 2019. But I rebranded it in the middle of this season. And to get the attention that I have, I didn't expect it whatsoever. So getting any attention for me right now is brilliant. So I have hopes. I have hopes. I'm not going to hold my breath yet. But when I start hitting more milestones, that's when I'm probably going to get a bit excited. Did you hear the of Wolves Huang player? I used to watch him, Huang. Is that how you pronounce it, Huang? But I used to watch him quite a bit ago. I remember standing in the Emirates Stadium, and it was a Wolves versus Tottenham game, and Wolves won that game, and I stood there and I said, that Huang player looks brilliant. He'd be a lovely little addition to the Arsenal squad, but I don't think we'll go for him. But yeah, no, he is a great player. And getting into that South Korean market would definitely be a bonus for us. Good, you are aware of this play. I am. One thing I would love to do on this channel, I haven't really told anyone this, I would love to do like player analysis as well on this channel. The only reason I don't do that is because I want to get like my stats on SofaScore, but I don't know if I need like a license for that. If I need even if it's a paid or a free license, I don't know what I need to do with that. So I'm not going to use any stats because they have copyright claim to that. I want to know where these content creators get their their pictures of players, where they get their stats and all that. In some ways, Tottenham should have Hwang in case Heung-min Song doesn't play. If Heung-min Song ever left, I think bringing on Hwang would be a brilliant move to remain in that South Korean market. This could be another goal. That is another goal. 5-0 PSG. That's it then. 5-0 in a Champions League final. I know PSG have a South Korea player in the squad too. I think I saw them somewhere. Not sure where, but regardless, 5-0 to PSG. I don't know about you, but I've got a funny feeling PSG's going to win this. Excuse me. So brilliant. It's just they're so good. I can't help but stand in awe at how good they are. I mean, Sung and Hwang within the same squad. If Sung is on bench, one can play. True, absolutely true. But I'm just saying, if Heung-min Song ever left, and I don't know if he'll leave, he might even leave this season. Hang on, what's this? Oh, that's fine. I don't know about you, but I have a funny thing about it. This will make viewers and listeners laugh if this was a podcast. I just say things like this randomly. It is kind of natural for me, but like, I would, again, with viewers and all that, the whole idea of it is keeping them entertained and getting them to click on. And look, I'd love to do that. I'd love to be that guy, but maybe in the future. Who knows? Well, I gotta ask, if as a Liverpool fan, let me ask this: as a Liverpool fan, Paris City celebration will be joyful tonight. Absolutely. If only we could do that. But I was gonna say, yeah, as a Liverpool fan, if you could choose one Arsenal player from the Arsenal squad to sign, it could be any player whatsoever, who would you pick? Paris fans won't panic. They went up top of the league, etc. They will. Yeah, absolutely. Kind of eager now just to see it now. Like you can, they're devastated. Inter Milan players. The Inter Milan players, they can't believe what they're seeing. 5-0. They're meant to brag about having one of the best defences in all of Europe, and they're down 5-0. But it shows why attacking is just as important as defending. If you're a defensive team and you go 1-0 down, that can completely derail your whole match. I thought Paris would win 2020 final on the Tuchel, to be fair. Saka, good squad player, so add to this squad. You reckon? Interesting. You would take Saka. So would Saka start over Salah then, or would you start Salah and keep Saka as like a rotation? How would that work? How much at a time is there? Hang on. Oh, it's full time. Didn't even add any at the time. That's it. Full time. Oh my lord. 5-0. Do you think Saka was overplayed past season because of his injuries? I think he had to be overplayed because we didn't really have a backup at the time. We had Ethan Nwaneri, don't get me wrong, but Ethan Nwaneri, he wasn't really a proven kind of player. We didn't really know anything about him at the time. He was a good prospect, but the fans didn't know anything. Salah and Saka for rotation, important not to overplay Saka. That'd be a brilliant rotation to have, though. End of stream, take care, and it was good talk. Yep, brilliant. Thank you very much for getting on this, mate. And that is, in fact, the end of the stream. What's it? Why does that come up now? Yeah, that is, in fact, the end of the stream, though. As per usual, like, share, and comment, and please do subscribe. It really does help out the channel.